If you think that you're eating 1400 calories a day and you're still not losing weight, then you're wrong, and I'm going to show you why. People track calories way too loosely, so instead of thinking about tracking calories, I want you to think about saving money. At the start of the week, you set your budget and you allocate 1400 calories or pounds to each day of the week. At the start of the week, things tend to go pretty well. You stick to your budget because maybe you skip breakfast or you meal prep your meals, but regardless, the routine from Monday to Friday, going to work, you manage to stay on track and you only have 1400 calories for each of these days. But as Saturday and Sunday come round, the routine starts to go out the window, and what do? Well, you start to get your wallet out. So maybe it starts out with a meal out with friends and you have a little bit more than you expected, so maybe there's a few hundred calories there, and then all of a sudden the wine starts pouring, so you have a couple of glasses of that. So you've gone over a little bit on the Saturday. Sunday comes around and now you're kind of in that weekend mindset, so you don't go too crazy, but there's a little bit of a roast dinner coming in, maybe a few biscuits afterwards. So not crazy eating, but definitely gone over for those 2 days. This is where, unfortunately, the maths does start to work against you a little bit, because let's say on that Monday to Friday period, you were in a 300 calorie deficit every day and you managed to save up 1500 calories to spend on the weekend. Just by going a little bit over on the Saturday and Sunday, the amount that you spent extra wipes out your whole savings for the week. So all of a sudden, you're back to square one. And then when you step on the scales on a Monday morning, you're not going to have changed weight at all. So what can you actually do about this? Still well and good for me to tell you to just eat chicken, rice and broccoli on the weekends and never go out and never have any fun. But frankly, that would be pretty fucking stupid. Right, let's go back to our example from before then. We're in the same situation, we're eating 1400 calories every day, but this time we know we're going to Prezzo's on Saturday. So what we're going to do is we're going to budget for it, okay? We're not going to get a salad, we're going to go all out, get pizza, carbonara, whatever you want. It's in our budget now. Now we've got a problem though, because these extra calories or pounds or whatever you want to call them are not accounted for, and it's going to mean that we're not going to be in a deficit come the end of the week. So instead of just burying our head in the sand and not accounting for this, what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit from each of the days of the week so that by the time we get to the end of the week, we can have our Prezzo's, but we've made up for it, and then boom, we're still in a calorie deficit. Maybe you lose those calories in the week by having no breakfast on a Thursday and a Friday, or just cutting down your portion sizes on every meal across the week. But as long as you make the books balance, by the time you get to the end of the week, you're still in a calorie deficit and you're still going to lose weight.